Hi everyone, Ken Wood of K Wood's Tech Talk. Previously, I mentioned in one of my blogs about the fact table destination. Now, the fact table destination is really a great tool here from Task Factory. What it does is it gives developers the ability to perform multiple lookups required to insert or update information in a fact table. So what you see here in front of you is as you can see, the fact table old method. So this is the old method. You had to identify a source, perform multiple lookups. As you can see, I'm only performing two here, an ID and an associate key. And then probably handle your nulls in a derived column or something of that nature. It just became a little tedious to set up. So what Pragmatic Works has done, and the developers have done, is create a fact table destination. So now this turns into this. All you need is a source and the fact table destination. So I'll go ahead and show you how to configure that. Just a very brief overview. I'm turning this into this. Here's what we do. We've gone into our OLEDB source. Now with your OLEDB source, you can select obviously a SQL command and type, maybe join some tables and pull information from that specifically. But for simplicity's sake and just for the sake of showing the component, I'm just going to use the fact table source table. Pretty simple. It's the same one I'm using in my other example. Here are the columns I'm passing through. Click OK. Connect the constraint to the fact table destination. Open up the fact table destination, and we see here that we have our connection manager set up. I have done so. It is an ADO.NET connection manager. So if you want to set that up, as such, click New, select the connection manager you want to set up, and test connection. Anyway, I've already done so here. I'll go ahead and select that again. And we name our fact table name. Now, our fact table name, again, is our fact table destination. That's what I have set. Mine is fact table destination is the name of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and compare the columns, okay, or I'm going to perform lookups. Simply to conduct a lookup, you click the Add Lookup button, and you configure a lookup here as you would. I'll go ahead and click those two. I'll show you I already have one set up. So for ID, I have aliased as ID. I have mapped a column from the lookup. Obviously, I'm going to map the ID column. The associate key would be the alternate key in this case. But you'll notice here that I have a default value of -1. What this is it handles in the destination, it handles null values. So that if 0 is here, you'll see that null is cast throughout your data in that destination table. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've just set it to -1. That is the typical workaround for that, and that's what you use with this component. In the destination column mapping, all I'm mapping here is the ID. I have associate key also mapped, but I'm selecting the key here. Now, within the associate key table, I've done the same thing. I mapped ID, and I've provided a filter. Now, you'll notice in the ID, I also have another filter. It's ID equals OLEDB source. So that means this ID equals what I have coming from my OLEDB source ID. They're both one and the same. If you have any other different filters that you might add, maybe, hey, ID equals, let me take that back. Hold on. Yeah, we'll say associate key does not equal, and you could set your value here, or you could select the drop down, does not equal such and such a column. So it's a really cool thing to do. You can add filters to that, to your lookups, just fantastic. But as you can see, we're doing an insert and update function. Now, when you're just inserting information, you don't necessarily have to map a key for that. Again, really simple, straightforward. So what we've done here is we've taken all of the complexity out of this, and in just a few short steps have added it here. Again, connection manager, fact table, insert or update, perform what you like. If you're updating, hey, map that key. If you're using the upsert effect, then obviously you're going to map that key as well. Be sure that you have a filter set if associate key, like for instance here, associate key is equal to the same OLEDB source associate key, because they have that in common. So pretty cool stuff joining two tables here. It's really simple. It's funny how simple it is. So we simply right click on the component and we execute. And sure enough, we see that it succeeds, and our destination table will reflect as such. So really cool stuff here. If you guys have any questions about how the fact table works, and maybe even just any other products and how they work, let me know. Drop a line, kwoods, techtalk.wordpress.com, or visit us at www.pragmaticworks.com and look into the other products there. If you guys have any videos you want me to do on any of them, maybe a short demo, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Either way, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.